one catches something much worse than a cold. Knife to the back, apparently. Master Westwood. Master Tentoawa. I bring good tidings. The Temple's knights wasted in no time distributing handbills across Ishgard, containing Leofin's description. These efforts have already borne fruits. We've recently received a report of someone matching her features being sighted. Really? Where? She was sighted near Camp Dragonhead by a patrolling sentry. He described her red hair with a distinct scar on her forehead. The outpost can be reached by passing through the Gate's judgments and heading east. Once there, speak with Sir Igenos for a full report. I knew she'd show herself. Let's hurry. Yes. Alright, cool. I'm gonna take a quick break right here. I will be right back. We'll try to finish up as much of this quest as we can. Going on 9 hours. Long ass fucking time. But yeah, I'll be back. Alright, I am back. Alright, let me get back. There we go. Yes. Go to I was informed you're on your way. This is concerning a report by one of our sentries, yes? He cited a woman matching the description of the handbill sent by the congregation. She was heading south along the footpath, but that's all we know. Yes? This is not good. What? Hold fast. I shall send aid at once. What happened? A shipment of supplies was waylaid by monstrous beasts. A contingent of temple knights should have been protecting it, but something is amiss. They need our help. We would be in your debt. The shipment attacked on the road west of the observatorium. I must muster more knights. Please, go find my man before any lives are lost. I'm on my way. We have to go there manually. This should be close, right? So I'll search the other side of the river. You search further down the road and keep your weapon at the ready. Grr. I should probably pop my shot greens and bring my chocobo back out. You saved us. We were almost... You won't be feasting today. Not a moment too soon. The wide-eye watches eternal, and eternal is asleep it bestows. We were too late. No, they're not. Just look, they're asleep after all. Good. Good. Our trusty chocobos suddenly became unsure of their feet, and the wagon toppled onto the side of the road. There is nothing for it but to fix the damage on the spot. The Temple Knights went to secure the area, but before I knew, each and every one of them had fallen asleep where they were standing, and the beasts attack. It was just me before those snarling fangs. Time to wake up. Sleep here any longer and the cold will have you. What happened? We fell asleep, but we were patrolling. You must be mistaken. A temple knight would never shirk his duty so. Are you calling me a liar? I saw you fall over on your arse with my own eyes. If not for Sir Eugenic's quick response and the bravery of these warriors, we would have all been food for vultures by now. The congregation will hear of your dereliction of duty, you can be sure. Now, hold on just a moment. They aren't the ones to blame. A sacred relic of my people was stolen, and... Now isn't the time. Sorry I forgot I said anything. Whatever dizziness overtook the Chocobos seems to have passed, and I'll resume my journey once the carriage is repaired. Assuming my guards are quite refreshed, I believe we can make it on our own. Please return to Camp Dragonhead and warm yourselves. It's no coincidence that the giant birds and the two guards took their leave of senses around the same time. This is the work of the cradle. But even if Leofine was here, she is no longer. Let us return to the city and consider our next steps. Actually, you want to know what? If I have my Dark Knights gain some XP. We have received the report of the incident near Camp Dragonhead. Two of our own sleeping on duty. But the fury. Have you reached them a moment later, this day would have been much darker. Though it pains me to say it, two shall be punished as befits the magnitude of their negligence. If I may, I don't believe the blame rests entirely on their shoulders. It was the cradle of the sleepless that was used against them, I am certain. Ah, yes. You said it possessed the power to lull others into a deep sleep. I admit it would explain these exceptional circumstances. Regardless, they were bested by the enemy, and their charge was almost killed as a result. Punishment is the only recourse. I see. A harsh stance, maybe, but I can respect that you don't treat your duty lightly. Well, if you learn anything else of Leofine's plots, please let us know at once. Even though we didn't find her, I'm glad we were able to save those soldiers. Thank you for coming to us. Nay, 'tis Temple Knights who owe you thanks. We shall continue our search. Rest assured that you will be the first to know of any developments. Jeffy, there is more that I tell you about the cradle. Things I should have told you sooner. Join me over there, and I'll do my best to fix that mistake. Now that you've seen with your own eyes what I've only been able to describe, the narwhal's lullaby can put even hardened warriors into a restful slumber. They may as well be defenseless newborn babe, but even with such power, my people have never used it to attack our enemies. Its sole purpose has always been to keep a single person awake, an eternal guardian, who would never sleep, never rest. The wide eye. Me. For 10 years, I've been awake, training day and night to gain the strength I have now. The strength to shield my people. Of course, another must receive the weakness I cast aside, the Shut-Eye. You've met her. In fact, Lozinakwe. Sure. I've been awake these 10 years. She spent the better part of her days in a deep slumber. Her brief periods of wakefulness are spent exercising and eating so her body doesn't waste away. And so we've barely spoken, despite how much I depend on her. When we were so young, we would spend our days exploring mountain paths. But that time is long past. Telling you all this now, I realize how very little of my life has been dedicated to my own pursuits. Her and I have devoted ourselves entirely to protection of this village. How did Lofin steal the artifact from such an accomplished warrior? That's my question. Well, about that. No, I've no excuse. It was my fault it was stolen. I'll bear that burden. The protector must take responsibility for his charges. But we don't have the luxury to dwell on regrets. I see now, though, that my people have never used the cradle for ill. Wicked hearts can twist anything towards evil. Mm-hmm. And that's something I can't tolerate. Add a boy. Add a guy. Yup. The very thought of this the very thought that this might happen again makes my bile churn in my gullet. We must bring Lefian's schemes to an end. Sorry. Alright. Has a worried expression on his face. Just the person I wanted to see. I'd like to ask your advice on a certain matter, if you don't mind. It's been a while since my last letter to Lozinkawe. I wanted to wait until I discovered something worth sharing to write her. But we're still completely in the dark. I don't want her to worry, but I don't know what to tell her. Whatever you write, don't make her wait too long. Good advice as usual. I wish we had a single thread to grasp, but an unexciting letter is better than none at all. Alright, I'll start right away. I may not have much time left. Oh, don't misunderstand. It's nothing so grave as that. I'm thinking, is he gonna die soon? Like, what? It's just, the last time I used the cradle was just before it was stolen. Luckily, I'm alert as I've ever been. It won't be long until I must dream like any other. That will give Leofine free rein while I'm helpless in bed. There's no quarry more dangerous than one who doesn't sleep. We must see this through before it happens. Master Westwood? Master Tentoawa? We've received reports of several groups of temple knights have fallen afoul of what can only be our stolen artifacts. Several? Let me guess, they're regarding someone else. Would it be correct? It is the duty of knight to protect those who cannot protect themselves. If we fail even that most basic function, then our honor means nothing. As if the incident near Camp Dragonhead was not shameful enough, the knights in the most recent attacks were left in quite compromising positions. Mm-hmm. Yet the weight of embarrassment is a trifle compared with the guilt we would bear if any innocent came to harm. The Fury was merciful in that respect, but we would rather not see these incidents repeat. Still, while the Temple Knights must work to repair their reputation in the days ahead, it's a far cry from bringing Ishgard crumbling to his knees. Truth be told, the methods of this passage of the Unbound leave me mystified. But Leofine was cunning, if nothing else. So we can discern her true motivations. We have little recourse, but until she makes a mistake. She may be testing the limits of the artifact's powers. Then you suggest she has a greater purpose in mind for it, and these incidents are simply a prelude. We cannot discount that theory, I admit. We shall remain vigilant. There's no telling how much chaos she can sow if left unchecked. We'll have to do everything we can to get the great lot of her clutches. And to do that, we have to start asking the right questions. This new information makes me wonder, why was she focused on the attention of the Temple Knights? I ponder the same. Posted at Camp Dragonhead are the knights are from many houses of repute, including House for Toms. Being a former Temple Knight herself, Leofine doubtless knows their habits and training. Perhaps that makes it easier for her to exploit their weaknesses. True. And if we have to follow the knights, we may pick up her trail. It's not ideal, but it's the best we have to go on. Well, a large contingent of knights, but recently it's been dispatched to Corythus. You remember Gorjane Mills, yes? It has lain abandoned ever since the heretics were driven from it. Yet, is there ever the risk of unsavory elements that might infest it once again? Thus the Temple Knights have planned joint patrols of its premises with other contingents. If you speak with Sir Redwald of the Falcon's Nest, I'm sure he would be glad to have you along. Yay. Ba, 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 ba. Is that Mr. Westwood I see? Of course. You're ever welcome in the Falcon's Nest. Yet I do believe I do not know our companion here. Indeed. Whispers of the Temple's Knight's humiliations have reached us even here. Falling asleep while on duty. I dare not believe his stories, but it seems there was truth to them after all. They fell asleep, true, but it wasn't their fault. We suspect they fell victim to an enemy wielding a powerful artifact. Now the rumors fail to mention anything like that. If it can lull even trained warriors to sleep, it must be a serious threat. Nevertheless, if one knight falls, another is always at the ready to take their place. So long as this artifact cannot pull up the entire regiment under its spell, I believe we are positioned to combat it. Interesting. The near allies falling in battle doesn't seem to disturb you at all. Where I hail from, a single warrior is responsible for the safety of his entire village. Make no mistake, we do not doubt our allies' mettle, and we mourn every loss. Each man and woman here knows that if they must quit the battle, another sword just as fierce will take their place. To know that an ally is at your back will allow you to fight with abandon. You would believe me that this Leofine takes interest in our activities at Gorgain Mills, yes? A party has already left, accompanied by a group of Temple Knights. If your suspicions are correct, then they are at risk. I would ask that you follow their tracks and ensure that they have not fallen victim to foul play. The mill should be to the north, just across the Black Iron Bridge. The party should be arriving there soon, conditions permit. Then we have to reach them before Leofine does. This takes a while. We're too late. They're fast asleep. But Redwald gave the impression there were more. These knights must have been lookouts. We should awaken them. But keep your eyes peeled for a Leofine. I'll rouse these ones. You search the building yonder. Who the hells are you? How'd you get past the guards? I'm helping. It's you. Thank the Fury when you arrived. Those thugs struck at our backs when our backs were turned. I assumed the Temple Knights were protecting the entrance, so I wasn't as cautious as I should have been. Were they killed? Nah, just put to sleep. Sleeping? I've heard the stories, of course, but didn't think they were true. Whoever was behind this, I'm sure they didn't count for you showing up. For now, we shall tend to our wounds and finish our inspection here, Mr. Westwood. I expected you to join the knights outside when we're finished. Is she there? Ah, as I thought. Just when I was becoming bored, I sighted a familiar face among the slumbering knights. I simply had to come and make sure it was you. You finally found the courage to show yourself. Hand over the cradle now, and I won't kill you. What did they call you again? The Wide Eye. You must have quite the journey to come this far. Be careful. This is our quarry. The thief who stole the cradle of the sleepless. This is Leofin. That is your ally? What Siren Tavern did you drag them out of? I dare say they seek your artifact for themselves. It matters not, I suppose. Before you both throw your lives away, I suggest you think for a moment. Is the cause you fight for worth the sacrifice? So few of us know true freedom. If there is aught you would grasp in your own hands, do so before they wither and your eyes shut the last time. The codes and rules that would bind men are mere illusions. Open your eyes. Truly open them, and you shall see a path on your own. Only a fool would waste their life in the struggle of another. Quit spouting nonsense. Nonsense? Perhaps. I'm here because of another, after all. Epiahi, who came to me at the height of my debauchery and welcomed me into her devious brotherhood. She guided me to great power, yes. And now I lead others to the unbound path. Truth be told, I have little interest in seeing where it ends. To tear down the world's nations, Ishgard among them. To usher the world into, well, what does it matter? Yet I do derive great pleasure in shaming the Temple Knights, in seeing the snickers and jeers deflate their pompous stride as they walk down the streets. If this artifact can hasten their fall from grace, I believe I shall keep it. I know the path I walk, the one that leads to your downfall. And I won't abandon it. I will take the cradle back. Then I'll... Oh, fuck. Well, uh-oh. Oh dear. You seem to have lost your train of thought. I know you cannot hear me, but if you want your artifact back, I might suggest stealing it from me while I'm asleep. But considering the burden I have just passed to you, that opportunity may not come for some time yet. Why I feel so absolutely transcendent. To think the shackles of fatigue weighed so heavily. Alas, the artifact needs its own repose of sorts. No matter, I have learned more than enough to take my next step. See to it that the slot is disposed of. Just the least you can do for the freedom I have given you. Well, easy. Tries you might to rouse Tentotawa. He seems completely detached from the waking world. Well. It looks like you've saved us twice today. Thank you. Yeah, sure thing. But what of him? Fast asleep, just as we were. Could this be what Sir Firmlabert warned us of it in his last report? I see. The stories were just more than wicked rumors. I suppose there is some small comfort in the fact that our enemy tipped their hand without causing loss of life. While the drowsiness made my eyes heavy, my ears could not mistake Lefian's arrogant voice. If she could not scruple to attack the former comrades in arms, then she has fallen further than I dare imagine. Yet we bear the blame for allowing her to get the upper hand, and in so doing, put innocent lives in danger. Another black mark on our order. 'Twas only thanks to you and your companions' efforts the snow is not stained red this day. At the very least, allow us to carry him to the congregation. Our work is done here, so we shall accompany them as far as the Falcon's Nest, Jeff. Pray return to Ishgard to look after your friend. Alright. Be wrapping up this quest in probably finishing stream for now. Well, glad I am to see you well. I understand you come fresh from an encounter with none other than Leofine. Master Tanto-awa now rests on the second floor. We shall stand by vigil by his side every moment until he opens his eyes again. We should not have long to wait, but if you wish to check in, please do so at your leisure. There's another matter to discuss. Before your departure to the Gorgain Mills, it seems there was another incident. A group of criminals were released from their cells. Their guards found in a deep sleep. Doubtless, Leofine was behind this. And doubtless, the ruffians you clashed with were the selfsame criminals. Leofine is gathering those who bear a grudge against the Temple Knights to her side, using this animosity to her advantage. We know for certain that Leofine is the mastermind of these attacks, and that her aim is to chip away at the very foundation of the Temple Knights, our honor. When I shared the revelations with my superiors, 'twas decided that none would speak publicly of the artifact and its powers. The passage of Unbounds seeks to overthrow the nations of the world. One obvious method to achieve this goal would be to stoke the flames of unrest among the common folk, thus sinking Ishgard into the mire of chaos and distrust. So long that these failures were placed squarely on the shoulders of the Temple Knights, we can avoid fomenting a more abiding mistrust in the nation's very core. For Ishgar's peace, I would gladly suffer any disgrace. The question remains as to whether we can apprehend Leofine before she tears our reputation to tatters. While Master Tanto-awa slumbers, it falls to us to search for the clues that might point towards his whereabouts, or her whereabouts. Alright, yeah, 96. So I think I'm halfway through, 96, 90, 100, I'm guessing. I'm about halfway through. So I've been going on for nearly 9.5 hours. Good fucking lord. This has been a long stream, but it has been hella fun. Like, I'm so glad that I did a patch day. A patch day run. Let me... let me go to solution 9. Alright, so... Alright. So... MSQ and Alliance raids. Big thumbs up for me. This was a very successful patch day. I will do some more stuff in 14. I would like to do it on stream within the next day or two, question mark. I'm not 100% certain if I actually will. Depends on how I'm feeling the next day or so. But I do plan on doing more stuff. I do want to do more of the tank role quest. And I do want to go into X3, which I never touched today. and do some more of the pillow quests. But I do want to dive into more stuff that 7.1 gave us, because I mean, so far, like, the major stuff that I touched on today has been absolutely fantastic. Like, I've definitely enjoyed it very much. So, with that, I am done for today. I will be back maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. We shall see. If I'm feeling up to it. But either way, whenever I'm back, I'll be back. Until then, have a good day, have a good night, and I will see you next time. Until then, take care. Hope that you also enjoy the stuff that 7.1 has brought us. Yeah. Until next time. Bye.